Hello guys and welcome back to another episode with the Spirit EG6. There she is, looking pretty after our race weekend at Rockingham. If you look back to the last episode, you can see race 1. Race 2 and 3 that I did there, they had professional cameras fitted inside the car, so they will be on TV. And I will try and get a copy of those videos when they come out, and I'll stick them on my channel. As always, upgrades, never ends. I was having issues with the engine at the race, losing oil pressure. Even though I've got a baffled sump down there, I think it was still getting away from the pickup, so I was losing oil pressure there, which was costing me a lot of time on the track. So I've got a new Moroso, like fully baffled trapdoor sump with extra capacity, so hopefully we can keep some oil in the engine and not risk any damage there. Also, I've noticed some of my bushes are starting to wear out, so instead of replacing them with rubber bushings, I have decided to upgrade to sexy spherical bearinged lower arms. These are Hardrace items, and as you can see, they're pretty much a tubular lower arm, saving me 5 kilos in weight all round. And they've got this spherical bearings. And we've also got a pair of rear lower arms, the rear LCAs. Yep, again with the spherical bearings. These have got a bit of a dust protection boot on there. I'm not really too fussed about that, but yep. And then whatever these bits are called, can't remember, but that go on the end of the front lower control arms. So yeah, all sphericaled up. The only spherical arms that would be left would be the rear toe arms, which I may do something different with them. I'm still thinking about that. The rear camber arms and the front camber arms, I can go spherical on them, but we'll do them down the line. It's obviously a lot of money. So that's what we're going to do today. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be a pretty easy bolt-on job. I've said it now, and we'll see. It should be. Shouldn't be too many issues. So yeah, let's crack on. Alrighty, so here we are. This is the original arm that's going to come off. I'm hoping it's just going to be a case of undoing this bolt, this one, and the lower ball joint nut. Undo the sway bar or roll bar mount, then that should all come out, and then undo the end link. I can't remember what that's called, but anyway, that can come out down there. I may split the arm into 2 pieces here, but we'll see. So it also sort of kind of interestingly is you can space these arms out using washers, as you see there, and that will change your caster if you need to do that. Right, that's one out. That wasn't too bad at all, and that does weigh a fair amount compared to the new one. It's a beast. Okay, so there you are. There's the old versus new. Pretty straightforward getting this off. I've had it off before. Obviously, I've cleaned it up and painted it, and I put the energy bushings in. The bushes on the front are actually okay. It was the rear bushes that I was replacing, but managed to get a good discount on these. So. One thing that is on the front of these that I'm going to get rid of is this, I think it's a tension bar rod mount. I'm not particularly fussed about that. I don't need it on there. And for the sake of, well, it's just going to look a bit silly being in the way, I'm going to cut it off. Yep, I'm going to take an angle grinder to my brand new 500-pound lower control arms. But that's the way it is. Just taped up the ends so you don't get any metal filings inside the spherical bushings themselves. So let's cut this bracket off. didn't have any blue paint, so I've just touched them up with some black touch-up paint. Looking pretty. Alright, that's the arm loosely fitted up. I've not tightened anything up yet. But yeah, that's in there. Also, you get these adjustable drop links, which is really nice. Nice little touch. So I'm just going to grease up the ends so nothing seals up inside, and we get that fitted for the anti-roll bar.
A few inches later.
Well guys, it's another day in the Motor Spirit headquarters, and there's been some goings on since you saw me 1 second ago. Basically, I've had a few emails from, essentially from Hardrace themselves, saying that there's been a recall on these front lower arms that obviously I've just fitted to the car. Now, apparently, these are not structurally sound, and the arms are being recalled to the extent that it's so severe that I don't actually have to send them back. I just have to show them that I've destroyed them. Whew, wow, so I mean, if it's that bad, I'm not going to run them on the car. I was tempted, but yeah, so I need to destroy them and I'll get a refund for the arms, send them a picture of them destroyed. So we're going to have to pull them off the car, get the angle grinder out and cut them in half. But there may be something good out of it. You know, I'm hoping I can salvage the drop links at least, because they're adjustable, and make them work with the standard arms, and I might try and pull out these spherical bushings and just see if they'll fit my standard arms as well, because that was really the whole point of getting these, was for the spherical bushings. Unfortunately, I'll be losing the weight saving for now. However, Hardrace are making a new arm, or designing a new arm which is structurally sound, so hopefully we'll be okay there. Also, whilst I was under the car fitting the arms, I found a few other things that are wrong with the front end. I've tried to straighten this out already. This was properly bent up. This is the anti-roll bar clamp, bush clamp, and you can see the front anti-roll bar, I'll just put it down there because it's absolutely minging, is just completely toast. It's completely worn through on the top side. Yeah, not in a good shape. So got new anti-roll bar bushes on the way. Oh, and the bottom ball joint is also done. The thread on that is just completely cooked. So I can't even get a nut back on it. So today I'm going to pull off the arms, cut them up, get that bottom ball joint out. I've ordered the new front ball joints. We'll get that out ready to press a new one in. And hopefully we can fit the rear arms and there'll be some progress there. Whew, it is hot as balls in here, but that's the arms off. Only took a few minutes. Yeah. Gonna have to cut them up, but I'm gonna see if I can press one of these bushings out. It looks like it presses in. I can't really see. I've seen other spherical bushings that have like a circlip fit in to hold them in, but we'll press this out and see if it will fit into the original arms. I've got a socket here, so let's give that a go. Well, with the bearing pressed out, I need to remove this part to get that bearing out. I could mess around, but since I need to cut it up anyway, might as well slice that off. Now I can press that bearing out. It looks like this one's going to fit in the original arm. I think this one may be a bit smaller, but fingers crossed. Yeah, let's cut up a brand new set of arms. Okay, so it looks like these spherical bushings will fit into the standard hole. So I've just cleaned out the inside of that because it was painted up. It's going to be tight. I've measured them and there's about 0.3 of a mil difference. The bush is a bit bigger, but it looks like it's got a compression sleeve on the outside. So I'll throw a bit of WD-40 down it and we'll see if we can press it in, hopefully. Oh, she's going. Yes, look at that. They fit. God damn, that was easy. Well, there you go. 3 set of spherical bearings for my front end, and hopefully the drop links, we'll look at getting them to work. I'm running out of battery on this camera and I forgot my charger. Well, I forgot the correct lead for the charger. So I'm going to get all the other bearings pressed in, back together, and then we'll look at the drop links if I've got enough battery. Yeah, and we'll try and get this done. Okay guys, so I've got the bushings into the control arms and I got the right hand side on without a problem. The left hand side would just not fit. I can get the bushing in fine, but then the rear part for the rear, god damn it, what is that thing called? What are they called now? Compliance bush, there you go. It was just too far rearwards and I couldn't get the bolts in at all. If I put the compliance bush on this fitted and then bolted the rear end up, then the front bush wouldn't fix, it's too far forward. I did wonder if I had somehow pushed the bush in too far or not enough, but it measures up fine. And when I took the two arms off together, and you may have seen already, somehow this arm, the left hand arm, is about 10 mil longer or less than the right hand arm, which fits fine. Yeah, bit miffed really as to how that's come about. I know in the past I had a lot of issues trying to get this side put together, but I managed to kind of force it in with rubber bushes. You've got a bit of compliance there to move things around, but yeah, not in the case of some solid spherical bushings. So yeah, gonna have to put a hold on this job for now. I've ordered 2 new lower arms, copying this part number here, which is CS124, right, R for the right and L for the left. They're fairly cheap, so I've ordered them, so hopefully I'll have some fresh arms at least, and they will both hopefully fit. So it's a bit of a waste of time, but at least I know the bushings do fit, so I have to press them back out and I can at least save them for when the other arms turn up. So that's going to be put on hold for now. The only other thing I want to get done this evening is to try and get this knuckle off and get that lower ball joint pressed out. But it's proving difficult because it's all pretty excuse me, it's all pretty loose. It's hard to undo some of the bolts, but I'm sure I'll get it nipped. So yeah, a bit weird really. I'm glad I've had all this apart because I've highlighted so many front end issues that need sorting out, and it just goes to show the sort of wear and tear that race cars come under. And hopefully, you know, I'm going to be de-stressing the front end, if you like, or at least making sure everything at the front end is square, which should make driving it a little bit more predictable. Not that it's unpredictable anyway, but you know, it should all help. So yeah, not made a lot of progress today, but I've got tomorrow afternoon as well, so hopefully we'll get some bits done then. But for now I'm going to get that ball joint off, hopefully. We won't have any issues, and we'll see if my battery can last. Alright, we got the ball joint out. My god, that was, do you know what, I think that is the original Honda ball joint. It's got the Honda part numbers on, it had on the boot, but that has been in there a long time. That car, well, what was it, a 94, so it's like a 24-year-old car, and it had done like 170,000 miles before I turned it into a race car, so fair play Honda, that's done well. But yeah, that was a bastard to get out. The air hammer wasn't really cutting it, so a few big whacks with the hammer got it out. Cool, so that's it, it's out. I should have a new ball joint in for tomorrow so we can put the new one back in. At least I can put the knuckle back on. I've ordered my new front arms. Yeah, so just waiting on bits really to get this sorted. Bit of a shame that fitting some posh stuff has turned into losing all the posh stuff and finding out everything is fucked. But we'll get through it, as always. Cool, so I'm going to call it a day of that episode, and then I'll keep you updated as I get more bits and we can get stuff done with the car. But for now, I'm going to leave it in pieces, sat there looking pretty. And I'll catch you next time when we hopefully will have a new ball joint and maybe some new arms. So until then, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.